I will add an inventory system and more blocks to the best voxel game on Roblox. Thanks for the support in the last video by the way. That intro was recorded on the final version. Right now the game looks like this and there's nothing around. And I just fixed a bug that this person reported, but I won't change the AI voice lol. And this person and most other people said that the game is laggy, so I will encode the chunks before sending them to the client. Now it should become 6 times less laggy. I'm intentionally loading chunks one by one to test the lag, and as you can see, this number used to be above 60, now it's below 10. Previously the chunks far away were loading first, but now I made it so the chunks closer to the player render the first. As you can see in this script, it gets the closest chunks before rendering them. Now I made a hotbar system but it's currently only visual. To make the inventory functional I can either go the easy but soon to be hard way, or I can add commands to make adding stuff easier for the future me. I will go the second way. I added an event called update entity data, and I used it to replicate the selected hotbar slot to the server. And then I made the items in the inventory display on the hotbar. I added a method called onBreak. It will be called when that block breaks. And I also made the commands work. Now the onBreak method of the stone will run the drop command. And the drop command will warn the item ID. Let's make some changes and test it. Now when I break the grass blocks, it warns broke grass. When I break a dirt block, nothing happens because dirt doesn't have an onBreak method yet. And when I break a stone block, it warns broke stone and it runs the drop command which warns stone. I hope you understood. If you didn't, no problem. It took me one whole week to figure out what to do to make this work. But I'll make the drop command work in a later video where I add entities and game ticks. For now, I will just add a give command and run that when the player breaks a block. As you can see, I'm giving the player a dirt when they break a grass block. Let's play the game and break some blocks. And you can subscribe instead of watching me break blocks. Trust me, subscribing and watching that button glow is more fun than watching a guy break blocks. Did you subscribe? Good. Because we're in the final phase of the video that took 2 weeks to record but is only 3 minutes long. I added more commands and I added a max stack amount to the items. And I added a default break event and a default place event so I don't always have to rewrite the code for each block and item. I can just call those functions. And now if we test the game now, everything seems to be working. I'll just make the inventory open when the player presses the E key and this episode will be done. I made the inventory open when the player presses the E key. And that only took 2 hours thanks to me choosing the hard way when I started making this system. And I also made it so you can move the items in your inventory using your mouse. When the update inventory event is fired, the server updates the inventory and sends it to the client, and the client renders the inventory every frame. And I think that was it for this episode. If you want to play the game, it's in the description. And don't forget to comment your ideas/suggestions about the game. And you can join my Discord server if you don't want to miss the updates about Blunvox. Soon, I will do giveaways and events too. Like, comment, subscribe, bye.